They thought you'd never find out. They believed the silence, the lies, and the distractions would keep you blind forever. But chosen ones, the game has shifted. Somewhere in the shadows, a whistleblower has stepped forward, uncovering what was hidden, what was stolen, and what was meant for you. And now, the evil forces that plotted against your inheritance are panicking, stressed out, scrambling, because the truth is no longer under lock and key. Your destiny isn't lost, it's being revealed. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see your entire journey. Imagine a garden, and in this garden, a magnificent tree stands tall and vibrant. This tree is your divine inheritance, a treasure trove of peace, prosperity, and purpose. Now, lurking in the shadows are these mischievous little gnomes. Let's call them the evil MFs. They're not just any gnomes. They're the embodiment of doubt, fear, jealousy, and generational curses. And their favorite pastime? They've been building a dam right at the base of your tree, blocking all the water and sunlight from getting to you. They've been celebrating, thinking they've won. They're convinced they've successfully stolen your fruit, your bloom, your very essence. But here's the plot twist, the part that's going to make them sweat. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has sent a whistleblower, a divine informant. This whistleblower is exposing their whole operation, pulling back the curtain on every single one of their schemes. The light is shining on their little gnome-sized faces, and they are stressed, panicking, and absolutely losing it. Why? Because your inheritance, the one they thought they had locked away forever, is being returned to you. The universe doesn't play games, my friends. What was stolen is being restored, and what was hidden is being revealed. These cosmic credit thieves who've been trying to keep you from your rightful blessings are now on the run. The very energy they used to block you is now being turned against them, creating a chaotic vortex they can't escape. So if you've been feeling the winds of change, if you've noticed things shifting in your favor, if you've seen the people who tried to dim your light suddenly stumble, this is why. This isn't just a video, it's a divine transmission. It's a wake-up call and a spiritual GPS leading you back to your true path. We're going to dive deep into exactly what's happening, what these evil MFs are doing, and how the divine whistleblower is exposing their every move. I want you to watch this video until the very end, because your spiritual journey depends on it. This is about staying awake, staying aware, and claiming what is rightfully yours. Remember what Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice." And that justice, my dear chosen ones, is coming for you and your inheritance. Point 1, the divine whistleblower, the unseen force exposing the enemy. The first point is all about the divine whistleblower. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't some ordinary person with a name tag and a briefcase sitting in a corner office. This is far bigger, far more powerful, and far more mysterious. Picture a high-frequency energy, a cosmic force so precise and intelligent that it systematically uncovers every shadow, every hidden agenda, and every subtle attempt to drain your energy. It's like the universe has installed its own spiritual detective agency, and you, as the chosen one, are under its direct protection. Think of it as a cosmic spotlight, a radiant beam that doesn't just illuminate but pierces through the smoke and mirrors of deceit. Suddenly, the people who were smiling in your face while secretly plotting against you are getting exposed. Their masks are slipping, their true intentions are revealed, and their carefully crafted illusions begin to collapse like a house of cards. This is not about paranoia, it's about clarity. Science tells us that energy is real, measurable, and contagious. Negative intentions, jealousy, and hidden malice create a low-frequency vibration that can affect those around them. Conversely, high-frequency energy, like this divine whistleblower, doesn't just shield you, it actively neutralizes the toxic energy of others. Imagine someone trying to drain you with lies or manipulations, and suddenly their schemes start falling apart, not because you confront them directly, but because the universe itself is lifting the veil, exposing them in ways that cannot be ignored. This is quantum-level justice at work. It's a natural law, not a human one. The energy you emit, combined with the protective frequency surrounding you, ensures that hidden corruption cannot survive in the presence of your elevated light. And here's the truly fascinating part. The divine whistleblower doesn't operate on human schedules or biases. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't compromise, and it certainly doesn't negotiate with dishonesty. When the universe decides it's time for exposure, it happens with precision, timing, and sometimes with almost theatrical flair. You'll notice it in subtle ways at first. a conversation revealing too much, a misstep by someone who thought they were untouchable, or a sudden revelation that flips the entire narrative on its head. Then it accelerates. The people who thought they were pulling strings are suddenly entangled in their own web of deceit, their lies unraveling in real time. And the best part? You don't have to lift a finger. You're not fighting anyone. The heavy lifting is being done by forces far beyond the ordinary. History and mythology are full of examples of this principle. Ancient texts describe divine forces exposing corruption, guiding the righteous, and delivering justice in ways that mortals could never orchestrate. From the biblical story of Joseph revealing hidden plots in Pharaoh's court to indigenous tales of spirits warning their chosen, these narratives all reflect the same truth. There is an unseen energy that aligns with those who walk the path of purpose. This energy sees everything, knows everything, and ensures that truth cannot remain buried indefinitely. For you, as the chosen one, this is your advantage. Every hidden enemy, every covert plot, and every attempt to dim your light is meeting a force it cannot withstand. The divine whistleblower is systematically dismantling the structures of deceit, exposing corruption, and amplifying your power simply by existing. Your role is to remain aware, stay aligned, and trust the process, knowing that the universe itself is your shield, your amplifier, and your ultimate exposer of truth. In the presence of this force, the liars, manipulators, and energy vampires have nowhere to hide, and your journey forward becomes unstoppable. Point 2. The unveiling of stolen blessings and resources. This is where it gets truly juicy. For far too long, the enemy has been hijacking your blessings, quietly siphoning away not just your finances, but also your peace, your joy, your health, and the very opportunities meant to elevate your life. Think about it. How many times have you experienced that sinking feeling when a brilliant idea you nurtured is suddenly executed by someone else, seemingly out of nowhere? Or the moment when a breakthrough you were on the brink of is snatched away, leaving you frustrated and questioning your path? That, my friend, was your divine inheritance being stolen. It wasn't just coincidence or bad luck. It was a spiritual heist, and the thief had been operating in the shadows, unseen and unchecked. But here's the twist. Every act of theft, every delay, every injustice that you've endured has a timestamp. And now the whistleblower, both divine and unseen, is on the case. This isn't mere wishful thinking. This is a cosmic correction in motion. The universe has mechanisms in place, laws of divine justice that ensure what was stolen is restored. The resources, ideas, talents, and opportunities that were taken from you are being rerouted back to their rightful owner, you. It's not a matter of luck or timing, it's a matter of spiritual law asserting itself. And the beauty of this process is that it's not just about reclaiming what you lost, it's about ascending to a higher level of influence and purpose than ever before. Consider this. Throughout history, those who were oppressed, underestimated, or blocked often experienced a resurgence far greater than what they initially lost. From the biblical stories of Joseph rising from slavery to Pharaoh's court, to modern-day innovators who saw their ideas pilfered only to reinvent and dominate their industries, the pattern is unmistakable. The universe has a way of turning stolen potential into exponential power. And in your life, this is exactly what's unfolding. The very people who thrived off your energy, your brilliance and your diligence are now encountering resistance they cannot easily overcome. Spiritually and physically, a drought is settling in for them. This is not about vengeance, it is about balance. The scales that were tipped against you are now leveling. What makes this process so extraordinary is how precise it is. Opportunities aren't just returning randomly, they're being rerouted to intersect perfectly with your readiness. Ideas that were stolen are coming back refined, enhanced, and even more powerful than when they left your hands. Health, clarity, and inner peace that were disrupted are finding their way back, sometimes in ways you never imagined. There's a divine synchronization happening. Doors that were sealed are opening, and pathways that were blocked are now illuminated. Your life is no longer on a borrowed trajectory dictated by the actions of others. It is reclaiming the sovereignty that is rightfully yours. This is the moment of awakening. The enemy's temporary gains were never permanent. They were merely a test, a delay designed to strengthen your spiritual and mental resilience. And now, as your rightful blessings are restored, the scale of your influence, creativity, and abundance is expanding beyond previous limitations. What was once stolen becomes a launchpad for your destiny. The key is recognition and alignment, knowing that every setback, every snatched opportunity, and every drained energy was never the end, but the prelude to a resurgence that is unprecedented. Your inheritance is not only returned, it is magnified, an amplified reflection of your perseverance, faith, and divine alignment. So watch closely, for what was once hijacked is now arriving in full force. This is your retrieval, your reclamation, your rise. The universe is correcting the ledger, and the spoils of what was yours are now landing squarely back in your hands. The stage is set, the players have shifted, and your victory, long delayed, long denied, is about to make its unmistakable entrance. Point 3. The karmic reversal, their stress, is your spiritual growth. You might have started noticing something unusual. The people who once tried to undermine you, who doubted your abilities, or even acted with deliberate malice, are suddenly facing their own storms. Their carefully laid plans are unraveling, their ambitions are being blocked at every turn, and setbacks seem to arrive one after another, almost like a chain reaction. At first, it can feel coincidental, but if you pay close attention, the pattern is unmistakable. This is not a result of you wishing them ill or acting out of spite. What you're witnessing is karmic reversal in motion, a cosmic balancing act that has been quietly unfolding long before you even became aware of it. Karma, often misunderstood as a simple, instant payback, is actually a complex principle of cause and effect that governs the universe. Every thought, word and action sends ripples into the world, and the energy we emit eventually returns to us. For those who have sought to block your blessings, create obstacles, or diminish your light, the universe responds in kind. It doesn't discriminate between intent and action, but it does weigh the energy behind them. The stress, failures, and confusion they now face are not random. They are the direct consequences of the energies they sent out, now returning in equal measure. It's a universal law working silently, efficiently, and with perfect timing. Meanwhile, while they wrestle with uncertainty and chaos, you, the chosen one, are moving through a very different reality. Your path is not without its challenges, but it is marked by growth, clarity, and alignment with your higher purpose. What they perceive as luck or coincidence, you recognize as divine orchestration. Their panic and failures serve as a stark contrast to your rising momentum. Every misstep they experience underscores your forward movement, highlighting the difference between energy built on fear, envy, or malice, and energy aligned with truth, purpose, and divine timing. Your calm amidst their chaos is a reflection of the inner mastery you've cultivated over time, a mastery they attempted but failed to disturb. This karmic shift is not merely punitive, it is profoundly educational. It serves as a living example of cause and effect, of how integrity, persistence, and alignment with your higher self generate exponential returns over time. History is filled with stories of individuals who, despite being blocked, underestimated, or even betrayed, went on to achieve extraordinary outcomes while those who opposed them faced collapse. From ancient dynasties where courtiers plotting against wise rulers found themselves ousted to modern innovators who overcame sabotage to revolutionize entire industries, the principle remains constant. Energy aligned with purpose rises, while energy rooted in harm ultimately falters. What makes this phenomenon even more fascinating is the subtlety with which it occurs. Unlike human justice, which is often loud and immediate, karmic reversal unfolds with precision and patience. It doesn't seek attention or applause, it simply restores balance. For the chosen one, this is an invitation to observe, reflect, and continue walking the path of light with unwavering focus. The universe doesn't just punish, it teaches, illuminates, and elevates. Your role is to remain steadfast, continue nurturing your vision, and trust that each chaotic event surrounding others is part of the larger blueprint of your rise. So, as their world tilts into turbulence, remember this. Their downfall is not your triumph, but a natural consequence of universal law. Your peace, your growth, and your unwavering focus are the true indicators that you are living in alignment with destiny. The universe is simply clearing the stage for your ascension, ensuring that when your time comes to shine, nothing built on harm or deceit can overshadow the brilliance of your journey. In witnessing their chaos, embrace your clarity. In seeing their struggle, affirm your strength. This is the universe's way of honoring the chosen one, elevating your spirit while restoring balance to the world around you. Point 4. The end of spiritual warfare and the beginning of spiritual wealth. For so long you've been navigating a battlefield you didn't even realize existed. Spiritual warfare isn't always dramatic or visible. It often shows up subtly in our lives as moments of frustration, unexpected setbacks, or relationships that feel heavy with negativity. The evil MFs, those low vibrational forces in your life, whether they are people or energies, have been throwing waves of jealousy, gossip, manipulation, and doubt your way. These energies are designed to distract you, to drain your power, and to keep you from stepping fully into your spiritual potential. Think of it like a thief in the night, quietly stealing your focus, your peace, and your joy while you're busy trying to survive in the world around you. But now, something extraordinary has shifted. The whistleblower, the person, event, or revelation that exposes the hidden truths has acted as a cosmic catalyst. Imagine a divine referee stepping onto the field, blowing the whistle and calling a ceasefire. The energies that were once being directed against you, resentment, sabotage, and envy, are no longer effective. Instead, they are turning back toward their source, leaving those who tried to undermine you confused, exposed, and powerless. This is not just poetic justice, it's spiritual law in motion. Ancient wisdom from traditions across the globe, from Hermetic teachings to Eastern philosophies, often speaks of the principle of energy return. What you send into the universe comes back to you. And when the universe intervenes on your behalf, your attackers face the consequences of their own vibration. With this shift, something incredible happens. Your energy, once consumed in constant defense, is now free. Every moment that was previously spent warding off attacks, doubting intentions, or overanalyzing motives can now be redirected toward creation. Your spiritual path transforms from mere survival into a journey of expansion. You begin to build spiritual wealth, not in the material sense alone, but in ways that touch every area of your life. Emotional clarity, mental sharpness, and even physical health start aligning with this higher vibration. You notice doors opening effortlessly, synchronicities occurring, and opportunities flowing toward you that once seemed impossible. This is the essence of spiritual abundance. It's not a vague idea or a feel-good fantasy. It is the tangible experience of living in alignment with your highest self. Scientific studies in fields like psychoneuroimmunology and energy psychology show that when stress and negativity are reduced, cognitive function, creativity, and problem-solving abilities significantly improve. In other words, your brain literally works better when you are no longer trapped in defensive energy cycles. Your capacity to create, innovate, and manifest grows exponentially because your focus is no longer fragmented by the efforts of those who try to hold you back. And here's the most captivating part. This isn't just personal, it's cosmic. By stepping into this liberated state, you are participating in a ripple effect that elevates the consciousness around you. The energy of those who once tried to sabotage you either shifts into self-awareness or continues on its path of karmic return while your vibration rises higher and higher. You begin to attract allies, mentors, and experiences that are perfectly aligned with your true purpose. Every decision, every thought, and every intention is now amplified by this new, powerful alignment. You're no longer reacting to the chaos. You are creating from a place of spiritual sovereignty. This is your awakening moment. The whistleblower didn't just expose the darkness, they cleared the path for your ascension. Your energy is no longer being wasted on defense. It's being channeled into creation, growth, and abundance. Every facet of your life, career, relationships, health, and spiritual connection is ready to flourish. The battles you thought were endless are now behind you, and the future is illuminated with the bright, unstoppable force of your awakened power. You're stepping into a time where spiritual wealth meets earthly abundance, and nothing can hold you back. Point 5. Divine justice is swift and unmerciful to the wicked. The justice coming down on those who have wronged you is not slow, it's swift, unrelenting, and absolute. Imagine it not as mere karma, but as a cosmic engine finely tuned by the universe itself, a force of nature that cannot be stopped. Like a spiritual tsunami, it washes away deceit, manipulation, and all forms of negative energy, leaving only clarity, truth, and balance in its wake. Throughout history, we see patterns of this cosmic law at work. From ancient philosophies like the Egyptians' Mat, the principle of truth, balance, and order, to the Hindu concept of Dharma, the moral law that maintains cosmic harmony. These traditions remind us that the universe has a built-in mechanism for restoring balance when injustice occurs. For chosen ones, those uniquely aligned with purpose and destiny, this justice is amplified. It's as if the universe itself is aware of their mission and will not tolerate interference or harm done to them. When you are targeted by deception, betrayal, or undermining, it might feel like the world has turned against you. But in truth, it is preparing to correct itself. The stress, anxiety, and panic that now appear in the lives of those who harmed you are not random. They are signs of a powerful, unstoppable energy at work. Science even gives us insight into this through the lens of energy fields and emotional resonance. Negative actions create disharmony in the energetic fabric of life, while truth, courage, and alignment with higher purpose amplify positive resonance. Those who disrupt this balance experience friction, setbacks, and internal chaos, an energetic reflection of the justice being served. This is not about revenge. Revenge is reactive, slow, and tethered to ego. Divine justice, by contrast, is proactive and self-sustaining. It operates on principles far beyond human understanding, a law that ensures order in a world prone to imbalance. Like a perfectly calibrated clock, it ticks without fail, bringing consequences to those who sow deceit and harm. You may even notice small synchronicities unfolding, opportunities aligning perfectly for you, while those who attempted to derail your path face mounting obstacles. It's the universe's way of signaling that balance is being restored. For you, the chosen one, witnessing this is both a reassurance and a reminder of your power. You are not passive in this process. Your integrity, patience, and unwavering alignment with your higher purpose amplify the force of justice. What feels like a distant, almost mythical concept is unfolding in real time, a cleansing, a reset, a correction of the scales. And the beauty of it? You remain untouched, elevated, and increasingly aligned with your destiny, while those who acted against you are swept into the very consequences they set in motion. This is the unstoppable, inevitable, and awe-inspiring force of divine justice, a phenomenon that proves that the universe, in all its infinite wisdom, always protects its chosen ones. Point 6, your role: stay aligned and don't look back. Life has a way of placing trials before those who are destined for more. And if you are among the awakened, one of the few who carry a purpose greater than yourself, then you already know this truth. Your role in this grand design is far more significant than the chaos swirling around you. Every distraction, every piece of gossip, every attempt to pull you into the petty drama of others is nothing more than a trap to siphon your energy away from your true calling. And energy, as both science and spirituality agree, is the most valuable resource you have. Neuroscience shows us that the human brain operates on neuroplasticity. The more we focus on something, the stronger the neural pathways for that focus become. This means that when you pour attention into negativity, grudges, or distractions, you are literally wiring your brain to repeat those cycles. But when you direct that same focus toward growth, learning, and purpose, your brain reshapes itself to make success your natural default. Ancient wisdom echoes this same truth. The Stoic philosophers of Greece and Rome taught that we should not waste energy on things outside our control, while spiritual traditions across the world, from the teachings of the Bible to Eastern philosophy, remind us that our thoughts are seeds that grow into the gardens of our destiny. When you feed those seeds with the water of intention and discipline, they flourish into strength, clarity, and divine alignment. Think of your energy as a sacred currency the universe has entrusted to you. Just as a careless spender wastes wealth on trivial things, a careless soul wastes energy on yesterday's chaos, or on people still trapped in cycles of fear, jealousy, and denial. Regret, anger, and envy are like leeches. They drain your vitality while giving you nothing in return. Modern psychology even backs this up, showing how rumination, the act of obsessively replaying negative experiences, is strongly linked to anxiety and depression. By indulging in it, you not only lose peace, but weaken your ability to act effectively in the present. Contrast this with mindfulness practices, which research shows can increase emotional regulation, creativity, and resilience. When you discipline your mind to release the past and stay engaged with the present, you conserve energy for what actually matters, your mission. And that mission, whether you fully grasp it yet or not, is greater than your circumstances. You've been divinely protected, guided, and even vindicated by forces beyond your current comprehension. This isn't just spiritual poetry. It is an alignment that actively shields you from unnecessary battles and sets you on a course toward becoming the person you were meant to be. Look at history, and you'll see this truth play out again and again. Great leaders, innovators, and visionaries, from Moses leading the Israelites through the wilderness to modern pioneers like Nelson Mandela, did not waste their lives indulging in the bitterness of their hardships. Instead, they transformed adversity into fuel for destiny. Mandela could have lived in the prison of resentment after 27 years behind bars. But he chose reconciliation, channeling his energy toward unity and progress. That same choice lies before you each day. Will you burn energy on what's gone, or will you invest it in what's coming? Each step forward, no matter how small, sets ripples in motion. Even science agrees, action toward meaningful goals releases dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, which not only motivates you but strengthens your ability to persist. In other words, purpose breeds more purpose, momentum creates more momentum, and your destiny expands as you engage with it. The universe, too, is not passive in this equation. As you align yourself with your calling, doors begin to open that you didn't even know existed. Opportunities present themselves. People arrive who resonate with your frequency, and what once seemed like insurmountable obstacles begin to crumble. Some might call it luck, but spiritual truth and quantum physics alike suggest otherwise. The law of attraction teaches that what you focus on expands, and quantum theory hints at a participatory universe, one in which your observation and intention influence outcomes. This is why focusing on your blessings, talents, and unique mission isn't just motivational fluff. It is a tangible mechanism for shifting reality in your favor. Your energy directs your path, and when you remain disciplined, your path becomes unstoppable. So keep your eyes fixed on the prize. Refuse to be distracted by noise, gossip, or envy, because the story isn't about them, it's about you. You were not placed here to live at half capacity, pouring your energy into cycles that don't serve you. You were placed here to rise, to walk boldly in the identity of someone who knows their worth and refuses to settle for less. Remember, destiny favors the focused. Your blessings are waiting, your talents are sharpening, and your mission is calling. This is your moment to engage fully, to live aligned, and to step into the power you were designed to carry. Walk with faith as your compass and confidence as your fuel, for your time to shine is now. And no chaos, no distraction, no petty storm of this world can stand in the way of a chosen one who knows exactly who they are and where they are going. Point 7. The ultimate takeaway: the truth will set you free. The final point, the most crucial lesson of all, is this: the truth will set you free. Yet this phrase is far more than a comfortable cliche. It is a profound reality that reverberates through history, psychology, philosophy, and even science. Consider the whistleblower, the individual who dares to lift the veil from corruption and injustice. To stand up against powerful systems, risking reputation, safety, or livelihood, is not simply an act of rebellion, it is an act of alignment with truth itself. History remembers such individuals not as rebels without cause, but as catalysts for transformation. From Daniel Ellsberg exposing the Pentagon Papers to Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat, truth has always carried with it both danger and liberation. But truth isn't only about revealing what others wish to hide, it is also about uncovering yourself. It means facing the shadows of your own story, the wounds, the fears, the doubts, and transforming them into fuel for the journey ahead. When you recognize yourself as a chosen one, this is not about ego nor a random label, but rather an awakening to the fact that you carry within you a divine inheritance, a calling to walk a path designed for few. That path, however, is not easy. Spiritual traditions across cultures speak of initiates who endure trials before reaching enlightenment or mastery. Biblical figures like Joseph were betrayed and thrown into prison before stepping into positions of power. In mythology, heroes often had to descend into darkness before rising with wisdom. Even psychology confirms this. Research in neuroscience shows that the human brain adapts to hardship, literally rewiring itself in the face of adversity to build resilience. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth, where individuals emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate after suffering. So, every hardship you faced, every betrayal, delay, and setback was not wasted. It has shaped you, fortified you, and prepared you for the weight of truth you now carry. What others thought would destroy you has, in fact, been refining you into someone capable of holding a greater purpose. This is why your moment has arrived. You are not simply here to survive, but to live abundantly, to embody the truth of who you were created to be. History overflows with stories of underestimated individuals who went on to reshape entire eras. Galileo, condemned by the church for declaring the earth revolved around the sun, stood firm in his truth, and centuries later his words became undeniable fact. Nelson Mandela endured 27 years in prison, yet emerged not broken but empowered, becoming a symbol of reconciliation and freedom. Their refusal to bow to fear or falsehood became the turning point that transformed not only their lives but the lives of millions. And here lies another mystery of existence. The universe itself has a way of restoring what belongs to those who walk in truth. Like gravity, blessings, opportunities, and connections are drawn to authenticity. It may not happen overnight, but deception, manipulation, and injustice can never permanently rob you of what is divinely yours. Think of it like a river. Someone may temporarily dam the flow, but the waters will always find a way forward. Likewise, your destiny, aligned with truth, cannot be permanently diverted by tricksters or obstacles. So walk forward boldly. Do not hide your truth for the comfort of others. Every hidden battle you have endured has been sacred preparation for this moment. Embrace your inheritance as a chosen one and live with the assurance that your life is not random chaos, but a divinely orchestrated journey toward purpose, power, and freedom. The truth is not only your shield and your sword, it is your key. And with it, the door to freedom, abundance, and destiny is already unlocked, waiting for you to step through. So, chosen ones, as we wrap this up, remember this. The spiritual landscape is shifting in your favor. The stress you're seeing in the lives of those who wronged you is not a sign of your curse, but of their karmic cleanup. They're being forced to repay what they took from you, and the universe is making sure of it. This isn't a time for pity, it's a time for celebration, a time to recognize that your patience, your faith, and your resilience are finally paying off. You've walked through the fire, and you've emerged not with the smell of smoke, but with the fragrance of victory. Your inheritance, your peace, your joy, your purpose, and your prosperity is no longer just a promise. It's a reality being delivered to your doorstep. Don't let anything distract you from claiming it. Keep your spiritual eyes open, stay grounded in your faith, and walk boldly into the life that was divinely designed for you. The battle is not yours to fight anymore. It's already won. Now go forth and claim what is rightfully yours.